Hello and welcome to Design Chat, the best live design discussion on the internet. I'm your host, Ryan McGovern, on Twitter. I'm at Hoobajube and at DesignChat. Every week we bring together some of the coolest people from the design community, and today those cool people, they're you. That's right, they're you, and we're giving back to the design community tonight because of a very cool relationship that we happen to have with the Cusp conference. Fab radio voice. Yeah, I do that. I do that radio voice because of the stupid mic. It's hello, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So, cuspconference.com. Check them out on Twitter. They're at Cusp Conference. We are, as DesignChat, an official media sponsor of the Cusp Conference. We're very proud to be that. And to celebrate that, we were given 2 tickets. It was one, but today at like 3 friggin' o'clock, they're like, hey, guess what? You got another one. So 2 people are going to get to go to this conference for free. There's a lot to talk about that here because if you're not familiar with it, this is only the 3rd year. I was lucky enough to participate in it last year. We did a live stream from there. We're going to do it again this year. The Cusp conference is about the design of everything. It was one of the most transformative experiences that I've ever had in my entire life because it's, you know, and we talked about it when we had Dave Mason and Kevin Kruger on. They're principals of formerly Samada Mason, now Symbolic, S-M-B-O-L-I-C. Throw that up in the chat room if you can. And so they started this because, you know, they had been going to a lot of design conferences throughout their career, and it started to get repetitive for them. So then the impact was lessened. It wasn't something that was enriching their lives anymore. They thought, you know what, we can do something interesting here. There's an opportunity. We can create better conversation in the design community. So what they do is they bring in a bunch of people who are not necessarily designers. You know, maybe it's a guy who works in a medical profession who's designing better medical equipment to enrich people's lives and get up on their feet quicker. You know, it's stuff like that. Very moving experiences. So highly, highly recommended. They've got videos online. Go to cuspconference.com. They've got a bunch of their older videos there from the last 2 years. It's really moving, really amazing stuff. If you're here, you probably know about it already, but we're going to talk about it a little while until some more people show up because it's a big deal. We're giving away 2 tickets. So each one of these tickets currently, they go for $1,750. $1,750. And what does that get you? That gets you 2 days of design glory. What that is over 20 speakers, over 20 presenters. It's all day from like 8 o'clock in the morning until like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. You are listening to some of the most prolific people in the world talk about their passions. So let's do this. Let's do in the chat room. Real quick, let's talk about, okay, so Design Chat's going pretty well. Let's talk about a little bit about the progress about Design Chat. We've been doing this for just over a year now. We're well over 60 shows, well approaching 70. And we're not stopping. We got a lot of stuff booked. Next week is the Cusp conference on Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to be broadcasting live from the conference on Wednesday night. We're not sure exactly what time we're going to go on because it's a little sketchy. We're going to have a number of the speakers come on and live from the event. I'm going to have my laptop with me. I'm going to be tweeting out all day. I'm going to be taking photos, covering it for you guys. If you don't win and you can't see it, I'm going to share as much of it with you guys as they'll allow me to because I'll probably get in trouble. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. And yes, we're going to do that. And then the week after that, we've got Jessica Hish. She is this, if you don't know who she is, she did the Daily Drop Cap, which is a series of illustrated letters that you can put into your blog. You just punch in a piece of code, and it just gives you a drop cap, which is on the first letter of your paragraph, is an amazingly illustrated letter that, you know, which is a tradition that dates back into handmade Bibles way back in the day. It's really, and on top of this, she's just amazingly talented. She's this young person from New York who's got crazy talent. I had the chance to meet her. She was at the STA event a couple weeks back. She judged the STA Archive 10, which is there's still another event coming on actually. I think I'll get that date for you guys. It's coming on at the end of August, September, October. So in October, there's a gala event for the Archive 10, which we're going to be promoting also because they're awesome. So after Jessica Hish, we're going to have the Post family from Chicago. The Post family is a collaborative group of people who get together and do letterpress, wood type, and they take on projects. They're all creative guys who have their own gigs, but they come together as the Post family to do fun projects, pro bono projects, stuff that they really believe in really handmade, hands-on kind of way. The first time, well, I'd heard about them before, but then recently I had just watched Typeface Film. If you guys haven't heard about this, it's about a wood type, the Hamilton Wood Type Museum it's like Two Rocks, Wisconsin, or something ridiculous. It's like way up in the middle of Wisconsin, which is part of the reason why they're struggling. It's a wood type museum that's struggling right now. They don't get a lot of traffic, obviously, because of their location. But it's like the most amazing collection of wood type in the world, right? And you can, it's a museum, but it's like a working, factory. You can show up, not on any day, but they have classes and that sort of thing, and they bring people in, whoever from any background, and they let you work on their presses. So it's an amazing experience. So okay, where I was going with that, the Post family was featured in this documentary, Typeface Film, and it was very cool to see a local Chicago group so heavily involved in something like that, and really the traditional roots of design. It's handmade stuff. It's stuff that's going on right now that's really important to understand. Who we are, our identity as designers. As we sort of travel through this stupid media, everything changes every day. Who are we as designers kind of time? So it's very cool. So in the chat room, why don't you tell us? We've got a lot of crazy people showing up on the show. Is there someone we've missed? Is there a designer you want to see highlighted? Is there someone that you think should be on the show and we haven't gotten to yet? Always taking suggestions. I've got a running list of people send me, especially Garific sends me suggestions all the time, and they're always awesome. I keep that running list. I've got a running doc that keeps that going, and we're going to get to all of them. I swear. Eventually, if I'm 90 and still doing this stuff, we're going to get to all of them. Tweet aways at DesignChat. We chose a winner out of 36 entries. It's at JSWO. Please contact the winner directly. All right, JSWO. We're going to do that. I know watching this video is probably not as climactic as we might think it would be, but very excited. We have our first winner. I'm just sending out a tweet, and we're going to contact her and verify her information, and we'll get that going. All right. So, can I add some music? Actually, you know what? If I just pump in my iTunes, I could probably do that. I should probably have that going. So as I was sort of bumbling around, pretend to grab the pint off your shirt. That's awesome. Gulp, gulp, gulp. That's funny you say that, Gary, because we're actually doing something really cool. One of my clients is Reyka Vodka, Reyka. Check them out. It's very cool vodka. It's from Iceland, Reykjavik, Iceland, just out of Reykjavik. It's hand brewed, or whatever you want to call it, distilled through lava rocks using Icelandic water. It's very pure. It's a very smooth vodka. They are supportive of the creative community, which is exciting for me because the projects I get to work on have to do with the creative community. So if you're in Chicago, actually this Saturday night at 6 p.m., the corner of Damon and Division, we've got a local Chicago artist. His name is Christoph Roberts. His website is christophroberts.com. I'll type it in. It is christophroberts.com. Christoph with an E. He is going to be making a chalk drawing in a parking space right next to the it's right next to the sidewalk, right next to the bars. There's a lot of bars at Damon Division, right? So there's going to be crazy traffic there on Saturday night, and he is he's done a lot of cool work. You might have seen his work actually in Chicago. He cuts up Nike shoe boxes and he creates three-dimensional art out of it. They're like big, like three-dimensional gorillas that are just really aggressive and like awesome looking. So he's doing this chalk drawing, and we're going to record it. We're going to document it. We're going to do a time-lapse video, and he's going to be on the street doing this thing. And it's all supportive of Reka Vodka and how it inspires people. It's a very inspiring sort of place. There's a lot of creative people out of Iceland. So it's a cool event. So if you're in the city, you should go check that out for sure. And we're going to be posting the video from that in the next couple weeks. And some photos, I'm sure. It's on the Facebook page. Go to Facebook and search for Reka Vodka. Okay, so if you're not there already, you should go to Cusp Conference and check out their lineup of presenters. The keynote guy, the guy his name is Richard Saul Werman, and he's an author, he's a designer. He's the TED conference creator. Think about that for a second. This guy created one of the most popular conferences in the world, international. They get some of the most views of any video. They spur ideas and new businesses, and it's just amazing. I don't think I'll ever fully understand or grasp what this person has set in motion, but just to know that I'm going to be in the same room as him, I cannot wait. I'm going out of my mind. I cannot wait. Past DesignChat guest is on here, Sean Adams of Adams Morioka in California, Beverly Hills based Adams Morioka. Also past president of AIGA National. If you're not familiar with him, you can check out our hour-long podcast with Sean Adams. Very excited. His partner also, Noreen Morioka, is going to be presenting. Very excited about that, to see the other half of the partnership that he talks so much about. There's a guy who is this is a story that when I was here not too long ago, Dave Mason was telling me. He's very excited about this guy, John Fetterman. Let me just read a little bit about him here. So John Fetterman was attracted to Braddock, Pennsylvania by the town's malignant beauty. Founded around the site of Andrew Carnegie's first steel mill, Braddock's fortunes declined in lockstep with the American steel industry. As the town's population fell from a peak of more than 20,000 people to just 2,800, its buildings, infrastructure, and economy crumbled. The challenges seemed insurmountable. Enter John Fetterman, a Harvard Kennedy School graduate with a master's degree in public policy who moved to Braddock in 2001 to work for AmeriCorps. 4 years later, he became the town's mayor, winning the election by a single vote, and has been at the forefront of a massive effort to revitalize the once prosperous town ever since. A relentless advocate for reimagining and redesigning Braddock, Mayor Fetterman's focus on creating youth-oriented programs, attracting artists and other creatives to his community, and to pursuing green urban renewal and economic development have been recognized in the New York Times, The Guardian, and the Colbert Report. Seriously, if you've been on the Colbert Report, props. Seriously. And Mayor Fetterman's commitment to Braddock is clearly visible. He has the town's zip code, 15104, tattooed on his left arm, and the dates of the 5 murders that have occurred in Braddock during his term tattooed on his right. All right. Seriously, this guy's like all hardcore creative. Build a town through creative. Seriously. I mean, who would not want to hear that? We do have a question that just popped up. I'm very excited to see that. DesignChat links. Andrew, you're brilliant. He's so. Andrew, tell us why you're sorry, buddy.
Tell us why you're sorry, buddy.
I'm the one responsible for messing up the screen cap last week.
Actually, Andrew, nobody knows about that yet, so you're making a splash announcement here that last week we had on Armin Witt, and it was a great conversation. It lasted the full hour, but 45 minutes into the chat, I'm getting some audio feedback from you, Andrew, by the way. I get a message from Andrew saying that, yeah, it didn't record for the first 45 minutes of the chat. So we have the last 15 minutes, which is valuable time right there. Yeah, so it is what it is. We're still going to publish the whatever time we have with Armin. It's okay, buddy. It's okay, buddy. We forgive you, and we love you for all of the stuff that you give, all the time that you give, and expertise on some of the programming and on all that. And seriously, we love what you guys do for DesignChat. So we'll keep that going. And on that note, I think it's time to give that last ticket here. All right. Once again, here I am. I'm about to hit that button, and we're going to find out who won that last ticket. I don't think I can hesitate any longer. I feel like radio voice. I did a really stupid voice recording when I got this mic. I'm borrowing it from my brother. It was really dumb. It was a little Casey Kasem. It was a little bit in a world where designers hang out. One typeface. Yeah, movie guy. Or you could do Comic Sans. What was the other one? Hello and welcome to Movie Phone. For action, press 1. That's one of my favorites. Trajan. I'll just sit here and like an idiot read everything that you guys for porn. No, Michael. I'll just read everything you guys type in the chat room. All right, so okay, I'll stop being an idiot. Gil Sands. I'm just excited. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do it, James. I don't know if you want to watch this. If you want to see, I'm gonna hit it. Ready? Here we go. All right, it's done. So everybody look at the replies on @DesignChat. Hopefully it's there. In a land where only ball mouses were used, I said ball. Or blue microphones. No, seriously, this is serious. This is serious. We're giving away a ticket. Everybody pay attention. We chose a winner out of so-and-so entries. It is at Leaping Gazelle. Congratulations to Leaping Gazelle. You have a winner. Hello, Jessica.
Hello.
How are you?
Hear me? Am I
Yes.
good? Yes. I'm good. I'm at home.
We do have a little.
Until 5 in the morning.
We do have a little bit of a lag, and there's a little bit of a sound feedback.
I don't have my good.
So if you've got one of these, if you got earbuds, you need to cut the sound out if you can.
Let me see what I can do.
No? Traveling around the studio. Look at this. We're even getting a tour of the Jessica Hish abode. This is very exciting, Jessica.
I've given up on the studio for tonight.
That's okay. Everybody's getting settled in. Good, good. She's got her headphones. She'll hear us in a second.
I can hear you perfectly.
I'm hearing absolutely no feedback. You are loud and clear. We're good to go. Jessica, Cool. Very excited that you are going to be coming on the show in a few weeks. You're here now. Maybe we should just do the whole hour now. I don't know. We've got some time to burn because I don't know if you were paying attention before. We're giving away Cusp conference tickets tonight, 2 of them. We've already given away 1. We've tweeted out, and some girl won. We found her name on Twitter, and she lives in Canada. What that means is she might have a hard time getting to Chicago for the Cusp conference. So we want to give it to someone who's going to be around here. But if we hear back from her and she's going to say, yes, I'm going to be in Chicago on that day, then she can have it. But until that time, all these people in chat room are hanging out going, I might actually get a ticket. I might actually get the golden ticket to go to the Cusp conference. So very excited to be giving that away. But it's awesome that you took some time to come hang out tonight. I talked a little bit about you earlier because you're going to be coming on the show. And very exciting, in the last couple days, you've been creating a skateboard deck. A very cool skateboard deck.
Indeed.
Tell us about that project and where it started and what it's for.
Sure, it's for Bordeaux Bello, which is for AIGA Colorado, and they ask a bunch of artists to make custom boards, which they then auction off to help pay for some really good kind of mentory design programs for people. So that's that. I'm very proud of mine, and I don't want to give it away.
That is awesome. That's very cool to see people in that position, people giving their time. I understand why you don't want to give it away. It's a very cool looking deck there. When they're all donated, are you going to get to see them mounted with the wheels on them and everything?
I don't think so. I think they're not, because a lot of people didn't factor the board design for the wheels, so I don't think they're going to put wheels on them. But I'm interested to see people worked in both portrait and landscape, so I'm going to be interested to see how they actually put them on the wall. Oh, you guys can't hear me? Should I Oop! Laptop almost closed.
I was just getting
It's at night.
Oh, they can't hear her? Oh, weird. I can hear. I can actually hear you pretty well, but it sounds like there's only a couple of people in the audience who cannot. One of the things you can do, Jessica, is on your system preferences, you can go to your sound tab, and then it'll have microphone sensitivity, and you can turn that up, and that might help.
Probably.
Part of that is that I have this crazy big Blue audio mic, and it picks up sound very well. She has one also. Oh! Yeah. Oh, I think my ear's bleeding.
I'm much better
oh my
now.
goodness. Hello. It worked.
Sorry. I turned it all the way up. There we go. No wonder why people can't hear me on the phone. So.
Cool.
I like that I feel like we're doing like foreign
Well, now you know. See, this is why DesignChat's here. To help the design community figure out stuff like that. Coming in from Santa Monica, California, with a design report on the latest skateboards is Jessica Hish. Jessica, to you.
There's so much delay, I can hear myself talk through your headphones.
It's the same way on both sides. The delay gets a little crazy. I know that Vocal's working on that. It's something that they're addressing. But so, you know what? We might be able to fix that by switching the cameras. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But you know what? I don't care because it still means that we can still have these conversations with the design community, and I'm very excited about that. So, Jessica, I have to ask, have you done any video sort of interviews before?
I did Humble Pied with Mig. I'm waiting for it to happen.
Awesome. That counts. That counts very much because Humbled Pied, if you're not familiar with that in the chat room, is a very cool show that Mig Reyes does. He's going to be on the show in the upcoming weeks with his group at Threadless. Very excited about that. Check out his Humbled Pied. He does very cool videos. You are definitely an early adopter. You are definitely a technology sort of geek, if you will. Don't take that the wrong way. It's a good thing. Geek is a new cool. And you've been tweeting a lot lately about your new setup. you've got a new sort of computer setup and you're geeking out about all your equipment. Tell us what that setup is.
Well, it's basically the same setup that I had before, but with new equipment. So I got really into using 2 displays this year, and I got a new iMac and a new display, and now I have a trackpad and a Magic Mouse, and I redid all my desktop icons, and it's just been really fun, and I feel like a major nerd.
That's okay. Nerd is new cool. Being nerdy is in. I want to hear, speaking of nerdy, I got to hear about this trackpad because it looks like sexy as hell. It looks like something that would be on like the bridge of the Enterprise, right? That like it's just sitting on the chair and like, you know, what's his name? Why am I forgetting? Who's the guy? Who's the head guy in Star Trek? I'm an idiot. Patrick Stewart. Make it so, and he would just kind of slide something right there to be rad. Is it kind of like that? Do you feel like Patrick Stewart?
I don't know if I feel very space age with it, because I worked a lot on my trackpad when I was in college, and I can actually do everything that I do in normal life on my trackpad. But I really love it for doing like casual internet-y things, and I still like to use my mouse for working, just because I'm more
really all of the
now.
illustrating that you do, all of the. So you can do all of the illustration that you do, all of the really finessed lines, all of that stuff you can do on just your trackpad?
Yep.
So something to help the lag is we can switch cameras. It's not just the Jessica Hish show anymore. That'll just kind of help catch up some of the sound. So tell us a little bit about your process. While I'm going to keep on nailing you with questions here because I'm still going to have you on. There's no way this is going to be it because I want to take as much time talking to you with a big audience as possible. So just really quick, go over some of your process. What are some of the first things you do? And I'm sure you get this question a million friggin' times. The first things you do in the design process.
Well, it depends on kind of what the project is. If I'm doing stuff for myself, I just like jump on the computer and start around. But if I'm doing stuff for clients, I generally have to do like a lot of sketches and stuff to get approval at a time. So I'm a big fan of doing like word association stuff to come up with ideas. And then I do pencil sketches from there, send those off to get approved by about 1 billion people, and then go to final once a pencil is approved.
In your rising popularity in the last 1 to 2 years, you've been doing a number of speaking engagements, you've been doing a number of interviews, blog posts and such, telling people about who you are and what you do. Everybody's really interested right now. And you made a page on your site that has like 30 different questions that are all the questions that you are pretty much ever going to get in an interview. And you answer all of them like at length. I discovered this. I was like, this is brilliant. This gets all the BS out of the way. You know, before I have you on the show, so I do a blog post about it. I'm gonna put all of that stuff, and then we can just flush it. We can get past the chattery chatter and do something funny.
I think that's a great idea. I put the FAQ up because I get a lot of questions from students, especially people that get that assignment that their teachers give out, where they're asked to, email a professional and ask them these 10 set questions that have been asked to them by 100 different people 100 different times. So I was like, oh my god, if I have to answer this like what inspires you question one more time, I am going to punch my face through the computer screen. So I made the FAQ so I would never have to answer those questions again.
We should get somebody to do an illustration of you actually punching your face through a screen. I think that would be very expressive and entertaining for all involved. Other than that board project, what are you working on right now? What's cool?
I'm working on a big ad project right now, which I just had a major Adobe meltdown on earlier this evening. So I gave up and went home and decided to work from home instead of working from the studio. So I get to illustrate kind of a reimagination of the Jingle Bells lyrics for a Christmas thing in Australia, which is going to be really fun. I'm working on a lot of these crazy vintage covers for Sterling Publications, which are really super cool and like a dream job, and I can't wait until I can show them to people. I did, how many covers now? I think it was 6, and then I'm doing 3 more. And there are these leather-bound, classic books that are 2-color. One of them's a foil, and one of them's like a color foil, all typographic. They're going to be totally badass and really cheap to buy at.
Wait. I just had a question popped into my mind. I'm sure that's very cool, but I have to ask you this. It's very serious, very sort of somber, but I have to know. When are you and Justin Bieber finally going to get together?
You know literally nothing about Justin Bieber. I just find the Bieber fever to be really enchanting. And then I saw that magazine that had the tattoos in it, and I was like, I must have this. This will be mine. So yeah, like if I couldn't name a single song by him, I know nothing of his backstory, but I find the teen madness to be just wonderful and amazing.
Well, I know for a fact that in the near future, we're going to see the cover of Teen Bop magazine is going to have Jessica Hish and Justin Bieber embraced. I think it's true. I think it's going to happen.
I think I count as middle-aged
so people look for that in the
world of teen stuff.
Are you like a Justin Bieber cougar?
Well, Katy Perry is younger than me. And she looks like 5 years older than me.
Then that makes sense. Katy Perry does look a little, let's say, road-worn, if you will.
Yeah. Well, plus she's got the boobs, so that adds 5 years.
She's got that going on for her. All right, so it's 9:30. We've been on for an hour and a half. Jessica, it's so awesome that you did come on tonight to say hi to the audience as a primer for more Bieber talk once you come on the show in a couple weeks. So we're very excited about that. If you're not following her on Twitter, she's at Jessica Hish, and I think your website's jessicahish.com. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Awesome. Great, Jessica. We're going to talk to you in the near future. It was great talking to you tonight, and we'll see you in a little while.
Farewell. And
that is it for the show, guys. That is all she wrote. So very excited that this has happened. We love Cusp Conference. We are a media sponsor for Cusp Conference, who is put on by Symbolic. They are at Symbolic on Twitter, SMBOLIC. They are also known at www.symbolic.com as the best agency forever in the world, ever, and West Dundee and Chicago. And they support DesignChat. That's where we're broadcasting from, in West Dundee. We're at Symbolic's offices here, right next to the big, what's the name of that river again? It's a big river, the Fox River. I cross it every day, and I can't remember the damn name of it. Very cool, guys. So congratulations to everybody, to all the winners. Thank you guys for coming out. Eva Crawford, Shimpton Alive, Akron NF, NYC, Kendall Walker, James Gray, Adam Groom, Hexink, I'm reading all the names, Maggie Moore, you're awesome, we love you all, Michael Lasconis, you and your fuzzy haircut coming on, you were very nice. Congrats and thanks everyone, true Adam. Good night everybody, that is the end of Design Chat for this week. We will see you next week. We're going to broadcast live from the Cusp Conference in Chicago at the Museum of Contemporary Art. Thanks for listening to me blab all night. We will talk to you guys very soon.